Hello and welcome to the Hainan Masters Spring Invitational. This is the EU Close Qualifiers. My name is Nomad, and joining me is Mo Farah as we get into aggressive mode versus OG.SEED. Bit of a long break that one, hour and 15 minutes. Mo Farah, what did you do with your time?
I lost a really long pub with you, Nomad.
Oh, you did, didn't you? Yeah,
yeah.
But,
It was
it
horrendous.
was only slightly our fault, so.
I shoulder absolutely none of the blame that game.
Fair enough.
I played Puglet the 10 silences, the worst thing in my life.
So, aggressive mode. Spartan, Skitter, Bornea, Master, Lil, and Skylark versus OG.SEED. We know OG.SEED. If you don't know OG.SEED by now, then you should watch more Tier 2 EU Dota. But yeah, I mean, this is I think most people would favor OG.SEED in this series.
Yes, I would agree. I mean, it comes down to the... I was telling Beakup when I was casting with him the other day that I feel like the difference is going to happen in that OG.SEED have been playing together for a little while now, right? They had their boot camp with I think it was No Tail and Seb that was coaching them through their open qualifier run to the last major minor. And I think that experience will have really helped them as a team. Come together and understand how to play with each other more. And I think that'll be the difference between the two teams again here, like it was in their last series.
Yeah, that's some really kind of stellar stacks in this tournament, though. I mean, I don't think you should consider Chicken Fight as a stack because they are together as a team right now, looking for sponsors. But definitely aggressive mode, a stack which has come together for this tournament. Same as Infinity. I'm not sure what their longevity is looking like, Infinity, but it seems like they're a bit of a team. And I mean, Minor and Tadari have just gone out, but they were a bit of a stat. Moriarty, they've gone out in the first round, but there's some pretty potent stacks in here with some well-known figures.
I mean, my assumption would be that all these stacks are going to play together through the major minor duo of qualifiers. Oh my god, it's Enchantress. I assume that's a Lil hero.
Yeah, it's one of Lil's favorites from all time.
That's a really early Ench pick, though.
It is.
Interesting. I assume Skylark can play it, though, if he needs to as well in that 3 role, and they could play it as the 5 as well. So, good flexibility. I want to pick your brain here. Are you ready? There are 2 heroes that have 100% pick and ban rate. Can you guess what they are?
100% pick and ban rate. That'll probably be Io and Mag, right? Or Io and Tree?
No. Tree's one of them.
Tree is one of them, but neither... Oh.
One of them hasn't been picked or banned yet.
What?
One of the heroes hasn't been picked or banned yet.
So one of the heroes who's 100%... Oh, right. I was going to say, one of the heroes with 100% pick ban hasn't been picked or banned.
The other one is the Fairy Dragon himself.
Oh, Puck, of course.
So, I'll be interested to see, because it feels like it's not... If they don't pick it for Z-Freak, it probably feels like they're not going to pick it on OG.SEED, right? And I would assume that Aggressive would have picked their 5-4 already in the Disruptor and the Ench. So we might not see Puck today.
Goodness.
Like, in this game, I mean.
It's a possibility, but then who wouldn't want to play Puck? Here it's been, as you say, extremely popular. One of the most popular.
True. They've tended to pick... well, they're not afraid to pick their win condition relatively early on OG.SEED, which led to us to an AUK game. If we've had an AM game from them as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
But especially that AUK they picked in the first phase, which is something they were really comfortable. Didn't end up going their way, but I think you have to be really careful of this team. They play some sneaky heroes like the AM and the AUK. It must be horrendous to try and draft against them.
Bloodseeker time. Looks like Pug might be making it all the way through. Maybe not just yet. There is still mid laners to come, and Pug can definitely fill that role as well.
I mean, Bloodseeker's just been such a popular hero, I feel like, at the moment. But again, it's something that I feel strongly about, that a lot of carries are just bad at the moment, right? Where I feel like there's carries that feel better than they should be just because all the others are bad. And I'm not saying Bloodseeker is one of those, but I think it's definitely been pushed up a tier just because there's a lot of things that are worse. They are taking their time on this one.
They are indeed. Down to 1 minute 4, 1 minute 3, 1 minute 2, 1 minute 1, 1 minute. This is my new form of hype casting, by the way. Do you like it?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I think
Impressive.
people will get behind it. But yeah, I mean, aggressive mode and OG.SEED are definitely like OG.SEED favors, as we said at the start. But aggressive mode, what do you think you would want to see? Which players do you think you want to see enabled in order for them to secure the win? Are you looking at Lil? Are you looking at maybe?
I think Barony has been played. Well, he played
Barony.
really well in their last series that we watched.
It's not Barony, it's Barony.
Boronia, sorry. I really enjoy watching him. Feels like a really good player. I like this Wyvern pick though. When you see that Beastmaster, you're like, well, we need wave clear. Obviously, they're going to try and pick something that works well with the Beastmaster attack speed. So, might as well pick that Wyvern.
Plus, nice aura, idiot. Hope your team like it.
Yeah. Shove it in their face.
10 seconds remaining.
I like the Beastmaster with the Disruptor though. This is a combo I've seen a few times now. You have the Hawk available to give vision for glimpses. It gives you really good map control overall. And now you've got a Beastmaster Ench lane. I think that sounds really scary.
It does a bit, doesn't it? Beastmaster Enchantress. That's a lot of
Goddamn
harass,
zoo.
a lot of pressure, a lot of pushing. Gonna be a lot of creeps in that lane. What about an Earthshaker? Can we fit that into the draft somehow?
Imagine if Earthshaker went to blink in, but he got pre-glimpsed. He just echoed nothing. Poor guy.
It's a very sad story.
That's what would happen, and that's why they can't.
I don't know how that. I don't know how that would ever happen.
I'm telling you why.
The glimpse would have to
that's why they
affect
can't.
you
Dire team pick.
in the 0.01 second gap between slam and blink. Drow Ranger
Ooh.
picked up from aggressive mode. They are really going hard in these auras right now. They've got the Drow, they've got the Wolf, they've got the Beastmaster and a Beast. It's scary. It's scary. OG.SEED are going to have the pressure on them, but they go for the Phantom Lancer. This is a hard hero to bring down with the Roar, of course, because it's hard to find the real PL.
I think I really like that pick. I think it's awesome. I would consider making the Disruptor the 4 now and putting the Enches the 5. And giving that Disruptor farm priority, because it's the only real catch for the PL at the moment. Like Yule's into a Static Storm or something. But even then, they have the the heal, sorry. What's it called? Cold Embrace. To keep the PL alive during that. Like, if you look at this at the moment, if the Disruptor casts Static Storm on the PL and he gets healed, they don't do any damage to it.
Yeah.
Like, Beastmaster and Drow are just, all physical. So, I like this pick very, very much from OG.SEED. Oh, puck ban, thank God.
Okay, phew. They protect the stats. Puck still 100% pick ban in this tournament.
I mean,
no surprise, too.
He did play it yesterday, mid, right, as
He
well.
did
So
indeed, yes, yeah, and it's a great pick against Drow.
So they are very wary of how strong the mid puck is.
Yeah,
I'm looking at the SF for aggressive mode. I think.
I'm looking at OG.SEED's pick because they're coming next, and I'm thinking maybe the Lena, something along the lines of just something not really that counterable, which you can just kind of secure your lane and then secure your team in the early game, because this PL's not going to have a great time in lane, I don't think.
I
might be wrong.
They'll pick TA.
Ugh. I don't like that.
Why?
I don't think you like playing against Beastmaster as TA, especially like Beastmaster Disruptor is just really good punish. And as you said, with the vision, with the glimpse, with the roars available, and the boars will slow you down and eat through your refraction charges. I think it's just something you don't like playing into that much. But
I think they just need something that can blow up who supports really quickly.
Radiant team pick.
DK are they
with a
going for?
3-hour meld strike onto
okay.
Enchantress. Nope, they go for the Conqueror instead.
I like this pick a lot. I think this is a lot better. Who knew that they could pick better heroes than we would suggest? But
Amazing.
this is what I mean. There's like these two squishy supports, right? They can just die instantly. And no matter what they pick here against the Conqueror, like they could pick Razor, I guess.
10 seconds
But
remaining.
makes Kunka's lane really difficult. But even then, he can just go to the jungle and farm really
5
quickly.
seconds remaining.
You just go for like this BKB second item kind of build and just run at them. Kind of forces the Beastmaster to use the roar on the Kunka. I still think they'll pick something that'll either pick like an SF or a TA. I think SF's a lot better. But they might go something more magic heavy, because something that can clear the PL illusions possibly. Yeah, okay, there's the SF.
You called it ages ago. Good job.
He also just likes playing. Yeah, he also just likes playing SF.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, if I find the stats for that actually. SF has been picked 8 times. Oh, sorry, yeah, picked 8 times, banned 3 times out of the 17 games. So it's in 2/3 of the games.
Yeah,
So,
very popular hero.
Yeah, I like this hero a lot though at the moment. It feels really strong whenever you play it.
Yeah, it
You
really
can have
does.
It feels like there's a set way that people build, right? Whether they go like drums, BKB, Daedalus, or maybe they go Crystalus before BKB. But at this level 3 mark, Kuka has to be a little bit wary of the SF phrases, and at level 5 as well. Obviously, it's an extra kick. But I feel like if the Kuka can get to level 6 first, and they get a good rotation from this Rubik, for example, the SF just dies. It's a lot of the tempo of this game is going to come down to the mid lane, I think.
All right,
We will
mid
have
lane
to
is going to
see.
be where the focus is. And who do you prefer in that matchup, Kunkka or Shadow Fiend, just in a vacuum?
I mean, I would rather prefer to play the Kunkka, but I can't play SF, so that makes it really easy for me. You see,
Well, I can play SF and not Kunkka, so
they both flash farm really quickly, right?
yeah.
So, like, both of them should have a decent game, even if they get beaten in the lane, because they can both utilize that jungle really well. I think it's just this catch that the Kunkka offers makes the SF's life really hard until he gets BKB.
Indeed.
Because, he's not a particularly tanky hero, SF. You might see him get a bracer in this game instead of like a double, instead of a Wraith Band, for example. Just for the extra tank ability.
With not 1, not 2, but 3 disconnects. Seem to be rotating the disconnects around on the side of aggressive mode. But yeah, do you think that OG.SEED have done as what were you expecting from this team when you found out they would be in the DPC qualifiers and they were being coached by Seb and No-Tail, and you saw the players which were coming to play? Did you immediately go, yes, this team's going to win things, or did you think they underperformed a bit?
Well, it's so difficult for them, right? Because Secret and Enigma just enter the open qualifiers, like as your first like qualifiers together. So what are they supposed to do? It's pretty ridiculous. I mean, it's just the way it was. I understand why it happened, but it's really demoralizing for them. Like if they'd have been able to play together through a closed qualifier event, I think they would have been become like a much stronger team for it. I think they should still feel pretty confident. Like I think they can beat a lot of the maybe not a lot, but some of the other EU teams, like not the top ones.
So
I think they would struggle with like Secret, Enigma, Alliance.
Oh yeah, the top is Secret, Enigma, and then we kind of got Alliance and Liquid down from there.
I think they would struggle with those kind of levels of teams, but all the others, I think they could have a real good go at.
Could they beat OG?
Yeah, OG.
Could OG.SEED beat OG?
I really hope they do. That'd be amazing.
It would be pretty good. I mean, maybe they scrim together a lot. It's definitely possible. Maybe that's what they were doing. Maybe OG are just raising OG.SEED to be a team as good as them, so they have someone to scrim against.
So they have somebody that's on their level. Is that the thought process? It's like OpenAI. They're training them.
Yeah.
Just to be better.
Our little plant for consumption further down the line.
Didn't Secret put up a thing on Twitter recently saying they were making a second team as well?
Oh, they are indeed. They are indeed. Any predictions for that one?
Unsure. It might be one of the stacks in this tournament, to be fair.
Yeah,
I'm not sure which one it would be.
My number one guess... Oh, I've got 2 guesses, actually. I think if they wanted to form a stack from nothing, then I reckon Infinity is probably who we're looking at. I reckon they've put together Infinity and they're just waiting for like legal stuff to get through before they announce it. Or they've adopted Chicken Fighters, which I'd be both very happy because I love that team, but I'd also be very disappointed because they'd stop using my logos.
All that work for nothing.
All that way, exactly. For one
Poor you.
tournament. God damn it. I'm the real victim here. Bounty runes going 2 for 2. How boring. Yeah, who do you think it is? Do you think it's one of those two, or do you think it might be someone else?
Yeah, it could be. It's so difficult to tell, though, right? Because it depends what level of team they want. Whether they want to invest in like a more youth-heavy team that they can build from the bottom.
It's got to be a youth-heavy team, though, right? Because you can't have two teams with the same organization competing in a DPC event. So
No, competing at TI, I thought it was.
Okay, well, sure, but the main point of a DPC event is to earn points towards TI, right?
Yeah, but for like the rest of the season, for example, right?
Yeah, true.
Oh, that's
true.
denied.
And also, you've got to be thinking like, if that team thinks they can stand a chance of getting to TI, then they're gonna leave us like immediately, because no one is gonna choose a stable org over the chance of flashing a TI. You know.
Don't worry,
Everyone's gonna
I'm
take
sure
that
there's a dodgy rule in the Valve handbook. Oh no, sorry, there isn't a Valve
Yeah.
handbook. Is
We can look for the loophole away. Just sweet talk the right person, you might get it through.
That's how it feels like, I'll be honest.
Ooh.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Oh, Madara taking these level 1 impetuses to the face. Not like he's got any other choice.
Oh,
He's a
Lil
very annoying
just setting
hero.
that last hit up nicely. That was really good of him.
Who needs health?
He has a salve, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Impetus is just so annoying to lane against at the start.
It costs a decent amount of mana at the very least.
Yeah, true. But it feels like one of those heroes like Lich and Disruptor that we talk about, right? Where you just transform mana into damage in the laning state.
Oh yeah, she's very literal sense of that. Let's have a look towards its middle lane though, as it looks like Borneo, despite seemingly having trouble for that first wave, he's more than made it up. Is now 8-2 to the Kunker's 7-1. Kunker though has that wave coming under his tower, so we'll see how he catches up. Meanwhile, Z-Freak getting a lightning bolt shoved in his head, but doing a lot of damage to Spartan in the process, and finding as many right clicks as he can in here. Also trying to reach for a deny, but didn't quite make that one. Meanwhile, Lil does have Madara in his head,
Oh,
but
nice.
I don't know what Morana can...
He got the little creep on Ench,
Oh, yeah.
the little zapper.
The little zapper. Yeah, the Wyvern desperately trying to kill it before it gets taken over, but unfortunately it's not the case.
Oh, a nice CS thing there, Baron. Right here.
Yeah,
He missed one of those at the end there, but
Oh, not quite getting the timing right with that Torrent trying to secure the range creep for Chessie there, but unfortunately didn't quite manage it. So, yeah, Chessie in a not great position in this middle lane as Borneo is able to get himself plenty of Necromancery stacks up. Meanwhile, the violence continues up on the top tail, and nice cancel out there by Lil, catching out Madara with the Hellbear Smasher and getting so much harass damage in. Meanwhile, down at bottom, Skitter's under tower. Nice CCTV camera footage of the back to the top lane now.
fun fact for you, I think Ench might be one of my least favourite heroes to play against. It's actually horrendous. And I'm also 0 and 8 on it, so I don't even know how to play it either. It's so annoying. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's been annoying every single patch as well. Like, it's the whole thing is just a tilt. And it works so well, as you can tell by the sound of my voice.
Yeah, you're a bit robotic, the sound of your voice, actually. I don't know if you've
Oh,
got
really?
something going on with your connection, but need to
Let me see
stop
what
that
I can do.
porn download. Or upload. I don't know what your vibe is. Anyway, Enchantress with... that's a really interesting build on Lil as well, for 6 Fairy Fires. Oh, 3 Fairy Fires, 6 damage. That's what we're looking for. Meanwhile, Chessie just chillaxing in the middle lane. Chillaxing Chessie.
Chillaxing. Just.
Scarlet and the creeps over. Ooh, again, another triple raise in the middle lane, going to send Chessie right down low and having to get another salve used. It's becoming a bit of a disaster for this Conquer in the middle lane, I won't lie to you.
He's not having a fun time, is he?
No, and despite having 18-2, he's also used at least 3 salves that I've seen so far. But Lil being a bully up in top lane, so...
Yeah, I'm really worried for this PL. He's also used a lot of regen up here, and he's still only got 16 CS. Like, he's not
All
having
down
fun
in the
at
bottom
all.
lane, multi-shot coming out, Jibby getting low, the lightning, it's not going to be enough actually, as Jibby is able to make himself aware, as is Z-Free, so nobody dropping in the bottom lane. Meanwhile, Kunker gets super low and mid, once again I think catching out a triple raise, and once again another salve being used by that Kunker. Oh, he's actually TPing back to base this time, so... to guess what? Buy another salve. Good.
Lucky him.
gracious. Yeah,
He has the
at least
double
he's got
bracer
that
now, so at
mechanic.
least he's a little bit tankier.
Yeah, there's the opportunity to survive somewhat. Lil just holding on to these fairy fires. I'm pretty sure Lil literally just wants that for the damage.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about... If you haven't tried this yet on supports, you should build fairy fires at the start. It feels really good. And it makes it really difficult to trade against you.
Sure does. Meanwhile, Skidder on the run. They might actually be able to bring him. Unfortunately, the concept doesn't quite connect, but Z-Freak actually goes down before Skidder does.
Oh.
That's actually pretty big for aggressive mode.
Yeah, you bring 3 heroes down to the bot lane and you lose the trade. That feels really bad.
Thank you, Mr. Roboto, for the analysis.
Oh no. In
Turn it
second though.
off. Oh, Spartan gives his life to the tower. That's something we haven't seen in a while. But totally makes sense. Got a fast blood. Got to take your run of victory into the tier 2 tower. X marks Torrent, boat coming out in the middle lane, but what can it really do? Need a little bit more here. Pexy's trying to deliver over the top with the right clicks, but it's not enough to bring Boromir down. Boromir even thinking about turning around, but I wouldn't recommend that one, and he is not going to do so. Meanwhile, Chessie going to go over, grab that haste for Spartan, trying to deny it, doesn't manage to do so, and now Chessie on top here has the Torrent, doesn't quite land. He was actually going for Boromir, I think, with that Torrent, which is very naughty. But nobody going down in the middle lane, despite a rotation in from both teams. Everyone's fine. Well, all in all, it's a really good start to the game for aggressive mode. They have done fantastically in the middle lane. Although the Conqueror is now ahead on CS, actually, which is quite interesting. That one changed around a little bit. That's what you get with the X marks back to base and constantly having that regen come to you. Meanwhile, you should be just going for the TP out here after that glimpse comes in. Nothing to cancel that. So he says goodnight. He's going back to the tower.
Have you seen Mr. Robot, by the way?
No. Well, I've yeah, I have. I don't know what I'm saying. No, I've seen the first 2
Actually-
seasons.
I've watched a little bit. It's very good. Yeah, anybody out there looking for a new series?
Yeah, I think I kind of only half paid attention to it, so I was like completely lost.
Yeah, you have to be. I think you have to be watching it pretty not intensely, but
Intensely. I was like sitting there with your notepad.
yeah.
Radiant's
It's
middle
just-
tower is under attack.
Yeah, you gotta. Oh, he's got Necro Wad already on Skylark. Wow.
Oh, wow. That is a quick timing. It's something Scarlet does pretty regularly, though. He really enjoys just getting these quick necro books when he's playing any of these pushing heroes. I think he does it on a couple of others as well. But yeah.
This PL is not having a game though.
No. As expected, to be fair, and I'm sure OG.SEED saw this one coming as well. They knew that Skylark
Look at this space.
was going to be very mean, along with Lil. Yeah, Z-Freak is giving him a bit of a runaround now, but he's probably going to give his life. Let's see, TPing out. Have they got the damage? Yes, they do. More than enough, actually, as down goes the Rubik. Z-Freak gives his life for a little bit of space for the PL, but PL, he took the creep wave, just ran straight into the jungle.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This laning stage going really well for aggressive mode though. I think
Dire's structures
if they can transition this Ench into like a right-clicking core as well, they'll feel really happy. But I think it's all about making sure they get this first Roche as well with the Beastmaster Aura, with the Jar and the S. Just try and keep extending their lead by just keeping up the aggression on this top lane. You know, because they don't really have. Well, they have okay wave clearing the Wyvern and the Rubik, right? But I think you can punish them really easily.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Also, clutchest of clutch with the Shadow Fiend. They've given him the shovel, right? So he can dig up a kobold and get souls for it. Pretty sick.
So smart, actually.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
You can't really question that kind of genius. Meanwhile, OG.SEED, they are bored. They are pushing this tower. They're trying to get some heroes to pay attention to them as this bottom lane gets just chunked away up by Jibby and Chessie. The two big tanky boys with their big old swords bashing away at this tower. Meanwhile, Mango Tree found by the Shadow Fiend.
At the same time, though, this top lane, Beastmaster is very far ahead of the, in the net worth chart, even over his SF. So it shows you just quite how farmed he is on Skylark.
Yeah, Skylark is going to be a huge thorn in OG.SEED's side right now.
I think he's gonna. I assume he's gonna try and make a link to the mid lane here.
Oh no.
Oh, wow.
He actually just straight up
Yeah,
kills
that's
Madara. Fine. Okay, whatever. That was a raw used for that one. Spartan nearby as well. Did he drop his ult?
No, he didn't.
No,
Didn't
he's
have it.
not.
So fine.
Is under
Okay.
attack.
Then probably not.
Dire's
They probably didn't use it then. I was gonna say I want to see this Beastmaster make a link up to mid lane with the SF so they can try and push this mid tier 1. Opens up the Roche pit a lot more. Gives them this, control of the whole top half of the map. Makes it really difficult to find the space for the PL and the Kunkka to farm.
Or they're just having a nice time in the jungle, trying to take as much as he can, pretty much. Real OG.SEED, they have been farming on the other side of the map quite a lot, actually.
What do you think the Kunkka goes for now? Because normally we see them. I say normally.
Surely
The standard is to go double brace of radiance, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a. I don't think he can afford to be that greedy.
I don't know, do Kunkka still do that now? I'm not sure I've seen that in this patch this much.
I've seen last time I saw it, Xantic did it mid at this in this tournament so far as well.
Yeah, but
think
it's
that's the
actually
only
UK garbage, so
Like,
can't look at anything he does. I'm just kidding, I love Xantic, he's a
Oh,
great
man.
player. Best partner in the world.
Cover your tracks.
Yeah. Shift that one into reverse gear. Oh dear, this is on dead Chessie as he gets caught out by the Disruptor in his jungle. Boromir and Disruptor is going to work on him and turning him inside out. That's going to be a very, very dead hero. Finally, at last. Kunkka's been down there for a long time trying to get heroes to come over to him, and they finally obliged, but I'm not quite sure that went exactly how he planned on it. Going. I don't know, Chessie's in a weird place, right?
Yeah, it's difficult because he really wants to play this tempo with the Kunkka right at this point in the game, but he doesn't really have a hero to play with. Like the Doom would have to ult somebody, I think, for them to really get a kill.
Sure. With Hex, I just want him to, I really want to see him go drums armlet and just be a factor, because right now, nobody is looking like a hero on the OG.SEED side, and pretty soon, they're going to get stomped by...
I don't think you go drums on... I think he's more likely to go armlet, and I don't think you go for the drums. I think it's too slow still. Like, they need something with like more of an impact.
Yeah, possibly. Where's Skid going?
Skid's so scared.
Yeah.
I think he thinks they're in the top part of the map, which
He's
the
having a nightmare.
Beastmaster does now see.
Skylark is seen by Chessie here. Ooh, Chessie just takes all those creeps, fine. Didn't want them anyway.
He hasn't even got boots on this Beastmaster, just going very all in. I think
Lilla's really committed to the Fairy Fire life.
Wait, you can't sell them now. That's it. Once you've got him, you've got him.
Yeah.
They're just trying to push their waves out as much as they can on OG.SEED. If you look at where they are on the map, they have a very small like space they feel comfortable in. It's like a couple of these top jungle camps, and then all the ones in the bottom half of the jungle.
And the game has gone quiet, but not for long, as there is a smoke coming out. Aggressive mode, looking for some action here. Skylark, I think he's baiting a little bit. There's your roll, there's your damage. The Enchantress comes in from behind, and Jibby is just taken off the map. Absolutely annihilated. And now...
Possibly the best voice lines, by the way, on Beastmaster as well.
I'll be creeping whilst you are sleeping, yeah. It's a weird one,
Dire's top
but
tower
enjoyable.
is under attack.
Oh, they just saw the smoke.
Okay, oh dear, 3 of them caught out in that one. The Wyvern manages to get himself away, but the damage from high ground will take down Siegfried. That's going to be enough. Oh dear, you do not want to walk up hills where you have no vision against a team which have just murdered your pirate there. Well, oh no, it was the Doom. Your demon, sorry, up there.
I mean, they might murder the pirate soon, though.
Yeah, I'm sure he's on their hit list. Aggressive mode, just taking over the top jungle and not letting OG.SEED get in there.
Radiant's middle tower.
Madara's desperately trying to farm away on the bottom half of the map as well, but he needs like a diffusal plus a manta, and even then it feels going to be enough to take fights.
Well,
Like by the time he hits them.
we do have it. Oh, Doom comes down onto the Shadow Demon, but I'm not really sure. A Shadow Fiend, there's not really much follow-up here. Chessie, though, look at him go. He is a pirate on a mission. He wants him a Shadow Fiend, and he may well get it. X marks, boat, torrent. It's all coming down. Spartan, what can he do? He can glimpse him away and go for the deny, and gets it just about. Pretty nice play there, glimpse deny. You'll take it. Chesty having to force to be backed out now as Skidder comes over. Z-Freak might be seen. The right click's coming through. Lil's on top of him as well. Gonna get X marks torrented up, but Z-Freak is gonna drop to the Drow. They're gonna look for more, however, with the Skylark coming in from the sidelines. There's Zero coming down onto the Kunkka. Multi-shot as well. More than enough damage to rip through his defenses. And Jibby gets glimpse backs as well. The impetus coming in. Jibby trying to stop. Times it perfectly to stop himself going down there and keeping himself alive. But still, it's a big loss for OG.SEED up here in the top lane. Still just trying to run down the clock and get their Phantom Lancer online. But OG.SEED are really in need of some water right now.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest thing for them, though. That they gave their PL some more time to farm. He found up like another 1,000 gold or so in that duration. So he is getting there. The problem is the rest of his team really kind of isn't. Like these two supports, for example, are just not really doing too much. And I feel like whenever I see OG.SEED and Z-Freak's not really achieving anything, it's when they really struggle. Like they need him to be playing. On...
Oh, okay, couldn't find it. Spartan had a dream.
Yeah, they need Z-Freak to be playing on the front foot and being aggressive. And without that, feels like they lack that edge that their team can bring.
Get those creepies. Jibby? Okay, alright. Apparently, I thought it might have been a bit aggressive. Just give him a creep. There you go. Devour that. Meanwhile, there is a Disruptor ulti going off on the downside, but I'm pretty sure it missed, so let's not look at it anyway. But the glimpse comes in as well. Hello? Okay. I think they're just using spells on nothing. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening down there. We didn't need to see that.
I mean, if we missed it, there's no point. It doesn't matter, right?
Right. Ugh.
Van Brace on Drows. That's pretty good, I think. The Van Brace on the Drow. If there's one Agi hero you want it on, it's that guy.
True, but how do you feel about giving it to your supports to build for you?
I think
CCTV
it
mode.
hurts the support's item progression a lot, but if you can get away with it, it's really good.
Roshan goes down, and they just claimed by aggressive mode, going on to Boromir on the Shadow Fiend. Let's say things starting to get out of hand for OG.SEED. They're going to need to find a win some point soon, but with his Aegis on the Shadow Fiend, that's going to be easier said than done. You can no longer just doom him and ignore him. But there's your Diffusal Blade, picked up by the PL. Does PL have a drums also?
I assume he has Yasha Diffusal.
Yeah, there's no way.
Well, no,
17 minutes
it must
in with
just
just a
be.
diffuse.
It might just be Diffusal Treads.
Oh, Shadow Fiend is getting doomed up despite my predictions, but Jibby's the one who's dying. Oh, there comes a Cold Embrace, though, keeping him alive a little bit longer. Shadow Fiend able to output so much damage before he goes down. Jibby will certainly die all the same, but they're on the sidelines trying to bring down Skylark, at least draining his mana away, so no Roar for you. Meanwhile, Glimpse comes out onto Madara. They actually X-marks him as well. Nice little play, but wasn't really needed as he had the doppelganger available, and Lil comes into contact with some illusions as well.
Well, it was just coming off cooldown, so I'm not sure whether he had it up in time.
Ah, okay. Ooh. Yeah, hot under the collar for OG.SEED, but that was a good hold. They did take the Aegis, and all it cost them was Doom and Doom. Which does make sense when you think about it.
Yeah, I like that they're playing around this Doom to find kills. It feels like Serenity side need to be doing more with the lead they have. Like they have this Roche, but there's still all this map control that they haven't been able to get with that Aegis now. Like they really would have liked to take all the outer towers with it, and it's just not happened at all.
Yeah, it's definitely a slow burner. And yeah, look at this build. He actually didn't have anything.
Yeah, he went double Wraith Band Wand instead.
Yeah.
So it's still a decent amount of stats. Oh, double Grove Bow.
Double Growth Bow? Oh, for both teams, gotcha.
No, it's not double Grove Bow for both teams. There's only one for each. But...
Well, Jibby is dead in the top lane again. Yeah, this Doom, he's feeling very vulnerable to all the magical and huge right-click damage they're doing here on aggressive mode.
I think Wyvern just doubled his net worth. Just
with all those Skylark creeps. That is the flip side of going for those early Necro books, isn't it? You just got to give a bunch of gold away if you're not careful, but I don't think Skylark's been doing that too badly. There have been a few occasions. For example,
I also think that all of Doom's net worth is all in devoured Helm of Dom creeps at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I noticed. Like, I saw one earlier where he Helm of Domed Centaur, sent it over to Doom, stomped him, and then Doom just ate it afterwards. It's like,
He's
Who comes
done it
out
at least
better
three
here?
times. He's done it at least 3 times that I've seen, so
yeah.
I'm sure he's done it at least once more.
It's 800 gold. Easy peasy. Yeah, aggressive mode. They might not have their Aegis, but they're still looking to be aggressive here. They've just got so much damage. Especially with this Drow Aura combined with these two big right clickers in Lil and Bornea. You basically got yourself another core in the 4 position Lil here.
He was clicking hard as well in that fight top before. His impetus is doing a lot of damage.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, now this is without Skylark, interestingly.
Radiant structures.
Not sure why he doesn't want to be here, but apparently he's just jungling up and looking to maybe push in mid, but apparently they didn't need him, so they knew. Top lane, OG.SEED trying to get a tier 1 at the very least for the death of their tier 2. Should be able to do so with Chessie and Madara both pushing away on this one.
I thought they might try and force TPs there before they backed off, especially if Skylark went to link up with them, but it looks like they want to go for this tier 2 mid instead, I would imagine. Just try and take the last outer tower.
First thing so down. Z-Freak trying to stay around a little bit longer just to keep on pushing out the wave with Fade Bolt. It's valuable. Even if he dies here, it's not the end of the world for him.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Let's see, do they send a Hawk his way? There's pings out. They might know. Lil's
Let's watch
pinging
his
it.
health bar at the top.
There it comes. Oh, they use a Raw. Alright, Z-Freak is
I think he was
more than happy with that.
I think he was TPing.
He was.
I'm not
he was
100% sure.
No, he was TPing, but I think that... I don't know, I didn't see when he started, so hard to say, but... Still though, that's worth, like, getting rawed, getting a bunch of heroes down there, space for your team. You absolutely take that.
Yeah, it's all about just keeping this PL farming, which he is. It's just it's the Kunker and the Doom that I'm still unsure about how much like their net worth can actually achieve this game. We shall see. He has an Axe on the Drow as well already. Wow. For that PL.
Yeah, I guess so. I didn't expect to see Ags Drow this early on, but there it is. Okay, well they've got their solution to the illusions. Not that I felt they really needed one that badly, but there you are. It's there.
I mean, considering that Skit is the third core this game, effectively, he's still pretty farmed. Like, Skylark and Borneo, it feels like they're the two that have really controlled the game so far and tried to use up all the space.
Yeah.
Sorry, create the space, I mean.
I don't know how much space Skit has been creating. Skit has been chilling.
Oh no,
he's been fun.
He's been chilling a lot.
Smoked up. OG.SEED this time looking to find something here, but there's a smoke on smoke. This is where it gets exciting. Wonder if they put the boar ahead, see what they can pop here, but OG.SEED are actually going to skirt around the Roshan pit. Looks like they're going to avoid each other for now.
Something's up. Like,
Scanning.
there's nobody defending bot lane at the moment on the Radiant side, right? So they're like, well, this is a bit odd.
OG.SEED. Moving on to the high ground here. They might actually come across each other. Oh, they really are tiptoeing around each other right now, but it looks like the smokes are both done.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, well, wonder if we've... Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, I wonder if it'll just go Mjolnir on Drow at some point then for the complete ultimate anti-PL kind of build.
Yeah.
Just to clear those illusions. Because they don't
Fuck
really have
PL
another
build.
way of doing it.
It's possible. I don't think it would be good, but it's possible. I mean, they've got the razors to get through him. They've got axes, I guess.
It is pretty good. Like this Mjolnir Axe build. Oh
my
no.
stream has frozen. Is yours?
So is mine.
Ah,
What a disaster.
All right, let's pretend we know what's happening. Doom.
And we don't know what's happening when we can see. Let's not pretend
true,
that we know what's happening when we can't see.
Who's closest to each other? Actually, everyone's just on their side of the map, so it's not even like an interesting part to talk about. But what do we do here?
Oh dear.
Well, let's see. Borneo is actually going for the. He's got Sanjin Yasha.
Okay, we can see that. Yeah.
We can see that. He's going for Lincoln's next as well. So my man don't want to die. My man want to avoid damage. Status resistance, spell block. And yeah, also get some spells out as well.
So
Axe
full
Drow.
panic mode. Well, okay, so the net worth lead at the moment is 13k. It's 12-2.
Mm-hmm.
When we get back, what do you think the score will be?
Oh, we're taking some bets now. Yeah, apply to the bets in the chat. I think it's going to be 14-3. I reckon they'll go for engagement. They're going to lose the Disruptor, but in doing so, will kill the Conquer and the Rubik.
I think it's going to be a long one, and it's going to be 20 kills, and it's going to be 32-2.
Wow. So the game's going to be
very
nearly
original.
over. Okay, all right.
Oh dear. We have informed the people behind the scenes what is happening, and they are doing something about it. So it's fine. It's fine, everybody. Nothing to worry
Nobody
about.
panic. It's okay. I don't want to see anybody saying, stuff in the chat because it's not needed, is it?
No, not at all.
Just kidding. We don't care. Say what you want.
Yeah.
We didn't do anything.
Dear. It's not our fault. I promise. Actually, you could just, if you direct all problems with the stream to Nomad's Twitter.
Sure, if you
think
follow
that's,
me, you can flame me all you like. Yeah, follow me and then talk about how bad this pause is. At Nomadcasts, available on all social medias except Instagram and TikTok, because I was going to say I'm not a millennial, but I am a millennial, but I'm not a millennial at heart. Like maybe TikTok's more Zoomer, actually.
Yeah, I think it is. I've never thought about using it before.
Okay, the response is I am restart. Not sure what that means, but hopefully we'll be back online soon enough, and maybe we'll preserve the cutoff point. Who knows? But I doubt it. All right, what's happened now? We're a little bit further on. I think aggressive mode have tried to go. Roshan's respawned by this stage.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And then aggressive mode have tried to go for Roshan, but shock. OG comes in with a crazy Winter's Curse over the top, and that actually ends up with all their auras. They just instantly kill Boromir, and then when Boromir dies, his death triggers, it kills Roshan. But and then Rubik jumps into the pit, lifts up Enchantress,
Roshan.
tries to take the Aged. No, Roshan's dead. He died in the Shadow Queen's death. Keep up.
Sorry.
Rubik tries to take the Aegis, but just before he can pick it up, bam! Multi-shot comes in, kills Rubik and Doob and Conquer. Oh my god. And then over the top comes PL. He doppelgangers into the pit, tries to pick up the Aegis himself, but then he gets healed. Cold Embrace out onto the PL. He's completely stuck there, right next to the Aegis, which is still just sitting on the floor. Skylark is in the jungle, because he seems to like doing that. Then... aggressive mode come in, and then Boromir buys back, blinks in, ulties on top of the Cold Embrace PL, kills him off, and then it's just Wyvern left, and then Wyvern tries to come in and kills Boromir again on a solo, even though the Drow is right next to him, but she's just like watching him die, and then that's the end of it.
Do you know what I think happens?
What do you think happens?
And says "Sproink, motherfucker," and just kills them all. Because that's the way the Edge goes in my head.
Way more likely than my scenario, that's for sure.
I mean, the way this game is at the moment, though, it's just in this freeze frame, right, of this very important game.
Yeah.
That we can't see, but it's very frustrating. I understand. For everybody, don't worry.
We sympathize, we really do.
I really struggle to see how OG.SEED can come back into the game. Like, they need this PL to get absolutely massive, right? But they've got one tower left. It's going to get taken very soon. It's probably dead now by like the time we catch up again, I would assume. Second Roche is going to have happened. They're probably going high ground at the moment, right? And they have this Rubik Wyvern to hold high ground with. Kunka's pretty good as well, but I'm a little bit worried that Barney has not built a BKB as like his item after the SMY. I know it's like obviously the Linkers is really good against the Wyvern and the Doom.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think without the BKB, I think it's really like a struggle to push high, especially because of the PL diffusal as well.
Yeah. Right, Right, we're just talking to production and finding out what's going on here. Right, I haven't checked. I might just swap over to in-game real quick whilst we wait for the game to come back.
I will. How about? Yeah, I'll go in game as well. Let's just give it a go.
There you go. So we're just gonna wait until the stream comes back, and for now, we'll watch in-game. So. Where are we? Nothing's happened. Strangely, all of our predictions weren't correct.
Really?
Yeah, no, amazingly. It's actually still 12
Who
and 2
knew?
at the moment.
Who knew that we knew absolutely nothing about data?
Oh,
I imagine there's
such
probably a
good call.
5-minute delay or so on
Yes,
the
there is.
on the one in game. So
Oh, out comes some emphasis onto Jibe as Chessie gets blinked back in. He's in a bit of a bad position right now, but he appears to be just absolutely fine. It's actually aggressive mode being quite defensive here in their positioning. Lincoln's now finished up on the Shadow Fiend. Did he manage to take anything major for it? Doesn't really look like it, but it's not really a big, you know, you'd think it's a Doom counter, but it is, but it's also an X marks counter. You know, if this guy gets X marked, he's in a horrible position, the Shadow Fiend. He's going to go for the Satanic next, which, it makes sense.
Radiant's bottom
It does.
tower is under attack.
I am liking this halberd pickup by the way, and Doom's building one as well. I think they've realised that it's all like right-click damage, right? So
Yeah.
they can just stack up
Oh, they need to
on
get
these
to
items
pit
to help
now.
against physical.
Aggressive mode will take this extremely quickly. Pixu, is there anything he can do about this? No, there is not. Down goes Roshan. Aegis to Bornea. Cheese to Skitter. There is a Winter's Curse coming out. Disrupt just gets destroyed by Bornea. Bornea's acting like nothing's happening, thinking of cooking up the ultimate from the low ground. That's a buyback actually coming out by Spartan here. Not sure he wants to come into this one. Will cancel it, so Bornea wastes his ultimate, trying for nothing. Meanwhile, June, oh dear, he dooms the Bornea's Lincoln Sphere, I think. Meanwhile, the Roar comes out onto Conquer. It's all falling apart for OG.SEED right now. Boat coming in over the top, but it's way too late. Boat's going to do nothing. 3 heroes dead, and aggressive mode continue this high aggression Dota. Goodness gracious.
Poor OG.SEED. I mean, I don't know. I didn't see the Doom. You were looking at something different to me, but poor guys. They are. This is exactly what we talked about, though, right? Like, they don't really have any fight capability at the moment. This SF is just so big, and he still has Aegis as well. Looks like they are going high ground. At least there's a repair kit. But if only it did anything.
Yeah, it's usually pretty good, but you are against a Shadow Fiend and Drow at 28 minutes into the game. These guys are doing pretty horrible work with that Orb of Destruction. Presence affects buildings as well. These towers have less armor than we do. Bornea backs out. Oh, okay, that's a wasted ultimate. Nice Winter's Curse as well. Lil's going to get destroyed by his teammates. Down he goes. Bornea and Skylark ripping a new one. Bornea's going to get X marks into the middle of everybody, but there's no follow-up here from OG.SEED just yet. That is the Aegis target, so they don't really want to drop too much into him. Meanwhile, Madara trying to fight up on the front lines here. He's got to be careful, but in comes the boat overhead. But Skitter manages to get the cheese off, but they're just going to continue taking shots out of him. They've got the vision, they've got the damage, but can they bring him down? No, they can't. Skylark comes in, but yes, they will. Pexu finishes the job. Now they look over towards Bornea as well. Bornea is going to lose his first life almost for definite here. Spartan trying to do what he can, but he wasted his Static Storm. He missed it earlier, and now he's just going to get beaten down, but there's no detection here, so they'll run back, try and grab Bornea. Bornea goes to the ultimate, goes to the TP, nothing to stop him doing that, and Madara actually in a bit of trouble there, but he's able to get the Manta away. Lil won't be able to finish the job, and that's going to put an end to things. So OG.SEED will defend, and they get themselves a kill and an Aegis to go along with it as well. So not the worst situation in the world, but they did lose their melee barracks, so that is going to hurt them in the long run.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Hello, sir. Are you with
Hello.
us?
I'm just trying to sort the situation out. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
You
okay.
keep going.
Keep doing that.
You keep
doing
going.
it. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
keep doing our own thing. So, Madara's actually going for the Basher next, looking for Abyssal, which is going to be very nice, especially versus the likes of Shadow Fiend, although he is going for the Satanic, which is going to help out a lot versus it. And also, no one's really got the BKB just yet, so that lockdown still could come from the sources, but you know, when you look at it, it's only really Rubik who has a stun otherwise, so that lockdown is going to be very valuable for them when he gets there. Also, the mobility is very nice, just adds the confusion of PL. But aggressive, they're looking for stuff right now. The Hawk's coming over the top.
Dire's
See
Seafreak has Roar, by the way.
under attack.
which could be really important in this fight.
It is a bit, isn't it? But they're just going to let Kunka die, it looks like. he's not interested in helping that one out. See you later, Chessie. Meanwhile, Jibby nearly goes down as well. There's so much damage coming out from every single player on aggressive mode.
I really like that when someone TPs away, you can see the animation of where...
Dire's top
So you know that you were so close. Like, you almost got them. Just to, you know, tilt yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
Dire's top shrine has
Well,
fallen.
they really are dropping these towers quick and fast. And looking to maybe go high ground again. Or maybe not. Surprised they don't want this buyback from the Kunka, but they're looking for more kills instead. Not sure about that one.
Ooh, spider legs.
Nice.
I assume you give that to either the Rubik or the... Hey, they might give it to Wyvern, actually.
Yeah, just get in position for a nice ulti.
I
But
feel
to
like
be
the
honest,
curse is so important.
it is,
for
but
them.
Pexu's not really been struggling anyway.
No, he hasn't, but if it means he can get a better angle to get a better target off, right? Why not?
A smoke off from OG.SEED this time. They're the ones looking for some action. Dara, Jibbe, they're leading the charge. And they'll see Spartan here, so this might be a freebie. He's bought Dust of his own, but Spartan's just going to go TP out, and there's nothing to stop him. So see you later, buddy. Didn't fancy using the Winter's Curse on him, surprisingly.
This SF is so farmed. I mean, he is really something at this point in the game. They have a telescope as well. So, like, his attack range is increased by that. Boy, oh boy. Look at Lil's inventory. Welcome to the charity shop
Yep.
of the neutral
Well, I
item.
mean, kind of. He's all got a BKB and a Hurricane Pike. I mean, Lil
Yeah,
is
I mean, he's still
balling.
farmed. But
Yeah.
he's 5-1 and 7 on the Ench. It's pretty good going.
Doing
Yeah,
very well
involved in
with Dara.
12 of the
That's
17.
Dire are
high
scanning.
ground you want to go up. Clumsy net out onto the Doom. Trying to close the gap here. Chessie gonna just pop that. Oh, they get the Doom off onto the Shadow Fiend. This could be a fight, but look at Jibby. He's just falling to the Drow and this Enchantress. The artillery cannons unload their fire, but meanwhile in
Doom's over.
comes Madara looking for the Drow Ranger, but the real PL gets sucked out away, maybe to safety, or maybe just out for a little bit longer. Meanwhile, in comes a Torrent interrupting Boromir, trying to go for that ulti. Meanwhile, Skylark, he's in pretty deep here, but look at the damage onto Chessie. Chessie trying to survive this one, but there's so much coming through. Is going to live for now. Lil forced out deeper. Meanwhile, Doom, he's got a full. Drow still on the high ground doing the work. Madara coming out on top of him, though. They have got the vision. In comes a Dust. Do they bring him down, though? No, they cannot. And now Madara, he needs to get himself away. He's got the Doppelganger available in 1 second. We'll just about be able to pull it off, and now putting his illusions back into it. Aggressive mode, holding that high ground. Meanwhile, Chessie comes in around the side, looking to maybe do something here, but it is not going to be enough. There's aggressive mode. They take what they want. They do lose Lil in the process, so all in all, a pretty even trade, I would say.
Yeah, that's a
Nothing
decent fight
significant,
for OG.SEED considering how it could have gone. Really good steal from Z-Freak with the Requiem of Souls as well. Just to try and push them away a little bit further. At the end. But it feels like the only way they're killing people at the moment on OG.SEED is this curse. Like, without it, this PL just isn't doing enough damage at this point in the game. He's going to go for this Abyssal next, which will help, but I still think he needs like a butterfly on top to really feel like a threat.
Yeah.
And it's just so far away.
Is the secret stream working yet?
It is, yeah.
Oh, because we can go back to the other one.
We can if you like, yeah.
Do you want to skip ahead back? I think.
I didn't know if you wanted to carry on just casting from in-game, or...
Well, this one's extremely delayed is the issue.
Yes. You make the choice. I will follow you to wherever you go, sir.
Let's get back on because it's also got the sponsorship up on it, so that's kind of important.
Okay. Oh!
My one doesn't seem to be working. Wait. Hold on,
Okay,
everybody.
well-
Let's go back to the...
Okay. Yeah, okay. Can you cast them in games still?
Hold on, I'm just getting the stream. There we go. All right, we're back to it. All right, we're wait, what? Why am I? Oh, this is a little bit delayed, isn't it? Okay, the other stream's gone.
So, yeah. The problem is if you try and watch it from in-game now, the lobby isn't available.
Well, I'm still in game, so.
Oh, you're still in game.
Yeah.
You cast. You go.
Oh God, have you just spoiled?
I didn't say anything.
Disaster.
Radiant
Oh yeah,
are
you didn't say
scanning.
anything. Okay. Well, still very much anybody's game right now. Bordia trying to find Z-Freak. Z-Freak, nice blink away there, just able to grab that outpost, but for what cause, really? Did he at least grab a rune? He did not. Just drawing heroes over, I suppose.
Do you know, it's a really odd feeling being in the same Discord call to you and just listening to you do a solo card.
Oh, enjoyable. Can you tell what's going on?
Yeah, enjoyable.
Alright, OG.SEED, they are going to have to fight around this Roshan because he is up and I'm not sure they can afford to give it away, but what can they really do, especially with this pigeon over... Well, they managed to kill the pigeon, there we go. All these creeps coming into Roche. They're picking it out, they are desperate not to let this one go, OG.SEED, but I'm not sure aggressive mode are going to have the same idea. An icy atmosphere in this game currently. OG.SEED, they need to find something in this game because they are so far behind. 18k gold, disadvantage. What the hell? Did Z-Freak? Okay, Z-Freak just used SFLT. Even just because it was about to come off cooldown. Now...
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Yeah, I really do not like that. Because just because you use it now doesn't mean that you won't be able to use it in the team fight, right? Like, if you now steal SF ulti in the team fight, then it'll be on cooldown, so... That... I don't like that at all.
That feels really bad, actually. What was it? There was some game you were casting once where...
Yes, that
lost
them the game, I think.
South America or something.
Yeah, it was an SA game. I think it was RP. And then, yeah, he did steal the RP and Fire Knob wasn't able to use it. What's up, guys? Little Lincoln's popped. And look at the positioning. Aggressive mode have actually managed to position themselves around so that they've actually wrestled the high ground off OG.SEED without even engaging them. So they're both up on the high ground right now. Hawk will be needed to give him some more vision. And look at all these sentries put down just to get rid of this Hawk. But it's a Winter's Curse coming out onto Lil. That is not a good Winter's Curse. It's just holding Lil still for now. And they're dropping the Doom on him as well. I mean, this is a position 4 Enchantress. Borneo sees the opportunity, just starts coming in and wailing on Jibby. Jibby going to be healed up by the Cold Embrace. Meanwhile, Enchantress doomed up on the sidelines, but still just chasing Z-Freak off the fight. Meanwhile, Madara going in deep, but in comes a Roar. Madara's in trouble. PL needs some help here, and this help will come. OG.SEED jumping on top of him right now, trying to deal with this Drow, but it's just not really happening. They don't have the damage, they don't have the tools, they don't have anything here. And Madara getting glimpsed back. He's in a bad position. He's going to get brought down, and down goes Jibby as well. Finally, blood gets broken, and 2 heroes die immediately from OG.SEED. And Pexu try to go for a TP out, but he gets wrecked by Borneo. And now they don't even want Roshan. They want the high ground. Aggressive mode are coming in thick and fast, and without a Doom, it's going to be very difficult to repel them. What are they looking for here? They're looking for the end. They certainly are. The pings come out. They want to just end this game. PL has buyback, and he is going to have to use them. How many more of these repair kits do they have? Well, unfortunately, the answer is 0. OG.SEED trying to hold as best they can here. Boromir on the front lines. X-Mark's not going to do much. And the ultimate from Z-Freak popped once again, just trying to force them back, fear them away, trying to do something. Madara on top, but in comes the ultimate from the Disruptor. He's held inside the Static Storm. Nothing left for the PL to do but die back into the game. And that is going to be it. GG, well played, is called. A nice Winter's Curse will put an end to things from Pexu, but unfortunately, OG.SEED crash and burn in game number 1. Wow. That was convincing. Aggressive mode all over the place. And OG.SEED couldn't get it together in time. They couldn't really find a strategy, any kind of bounce back. And that's going to be game number 1, go into aggressive mode. All right, we're going to cut to a break very quickly to try and sort out these tech issues.